there is one mistake that's costing you a lot of money. One mistake that is costing you at least $75,000 per year in missed returns. In this video, I want to talk about a problem that many people have. Many people have this problem, and luckily for you, we'll talk about this in this video so you can take advantage of it and literally earn $75,000 more, okay? Today, I want to talk about the cost of inaction, because that's a very basic problem to have, very easily fixable, but if you don't have the tools to fix it, you will literally miss out on thousands and thousands and tens of thousands of dollars. In case this is your first video from this channel, welcome. My name is Christophe Nour. I've been managing my own portfolio and outperforming the market. I have generated 25% per year for almost a decade investing in stocks. And I wish I learned this sooner. The cost of inaction is a great cost to have, a very important cost to have, because I recently had a call with somebody that had $1 million portfolio, and he told me that the majority of the portfolio was standing in cash because he didn't know how to invest properly. So out of $1 million, he only invested 100K or 200K. And this person was struggling with this situation because the majority of the portfolio was sitting in cash, doing nothing, 3 or 4% per year maximum. But what was really surprising is this person, for the small part of the portfolio he was managing, for let's say 200K, he was averaging 15% per year. And he was pretty good with investments, with stock picking. So he knew how to make 15% per year. He just lacked the confidence to invest the majority of his portfolio, the $1 million portfolio. And a lot of people have this problem. You know, I'm having a lot of calls on a weekly basis with potential clients, with subscribers that call me for some help. How can I beat the market? How can I get the confidence? How do I value companies? How do I only invest in the best stocks? How do I know if a company is a good quality? Plenty of calls. And the cost of inaction is the problem I see maybe the most. For example, if you don't have a $1 million portfolio, if you have $500,000, 500K portfolio, what is the cost of inaction for you? If you think you can make 15% per year with a portfolio of $500,000, it is costing you $75,000 of potential gains. And if you don't have this confidence of investing the majority of your portfolio, staying in cash, being worried about the next recession, about the next correction, what will Trump do, what will the Fed do, if you're just worried, it's your fault because you don't know how to invest properly. That means literally that you don't know what you're doing. For this client, is exactly what I told you. The lack of confidence is because you don't have any conviction in your skills. And if you don't know where to start, if you don't know how to pick companies, it will cost you a lot of pain in the future. Emotional pain, because you see everybody that is enjoying this bull run, enjoying the gains, and you are here with your 3% yield out of your cash. And now, I don't teach you anything. The inflation is quite high. The media tells us that the inflation is 3 or 4%, but if you look at the prices from the grocery store, everything is up by more than this. So by sitting in cash, you are accepting to lose your standard of living, to lose your pricing power. And this is the reason why I don't have any cash in my portfolio. And it's been more than 8 years now. So I didn't die. You had crashes, you had the COVID, you had 2022, you had the market crash of December 2018. That's fine. Still generating 25% per year, a large alpha from the market. So the worry people have about having a lot of cash, waiting for an event like 2008, I think that's overblown. You had an interview recently from David Eisman, one of the guys that predicted 2008, actually the great financial crisis. He is in the movie The Big Short. Who is the actor? Steve Carell. So this is from the movie The Big Short, and he has a YouTube channel and delivering interviews, podcasts, and he says it's very unlikely that we see a similar event, a similar crisis like we've had in 2008, because everything is now controlled. Banks don't have as much debt as they had in the past. The system is much more regulated. Yes, we are in a rather expensive market, but this is no bubble time, no bubble territory. By the way, if you're looking for a complete framework to analyze stocks and build a strong portfolio, I have a coaching program. More on that at the end of the video. So for all the doomsayers that think that the world will stop, I strongly disagree with that. We'll see how it goes. Nobody knows how it goes. But what I'm sure of is, if you think you can make 15% per year, if you have the skills, and still you have the majority of your portfolio that is sitting in cash, you are literally burning cash, literally burning your hard-earned money, and your capital is getting destroyed by inflation. This person was in pain. This person I had on the call was in pain. Like $1 million of no gains. And it's been more than 3, 4, 5 years. And he literally said, I don't have the conviction to invest the remaining part of my portfolio. The cost of inaction is, I said in the title of this video, $75,000, but it can be much more than this. So for your portfolio, imagine you have a $5 million portfolio, that's way more than this. You are literally wasting your time and capital being sat with a lot of cash. I mean, you can have cash if you want, if you're comfortable, depending on your age, risk tolerance. But the majority of your portfolio is cash is a huge mistake. Cost of omission is great. And for this example, it's costing you $70,000 per year. And then next year, it will also cost you $75,000. And next year after this, also again. And all the missed opportunities compound. So it's a big deal, actually, to not have the confidence, to not have any skills, investing skills. You don't know what you're doing with this market. And that's exactly what my coaching program is designed for. For people that want the skills, they want to make 15, 20% per year, even more if you want. And they want to invest with a lot of conviction in their picks, having a concentrated portfolio and knowing what they're doing. This is what we are doing on a weekly basis with my clients. And I'm still talking to them, some on a daily basis, debating how to increase your conviction in your holdings, how to pick better companies at a better valuation, how to improve your skills so that you can be a better investor and not waste $75,000 every year. What is not knowing what you don't know costing you? For some people, I guarantee it will be much more than 100K per year. So it's actually huge to not take action on these kind of problems. Because playing defense leads to stagnation. Holding cash or not buying with conviction, sometimes you buy a company, a stock, and then you sell immediately because you don't have the knowledge, you don't know if it's a good business or not. So playing defense will not help you in the long term. Actually, it will not help you at all, especially in this new environment. And a lot of these people have the same tendencies of wanting to time the market. I mean, I've seen this countless times. Even Warren Buffett doesn't try to time the market. Nobody's trying to time the market. The best investors don't try to time the market. So you are a retail investor, individual investor, and you think you know better than Warren Buffett. I don't think so. Waiting for the perfect moment to start and time the market. I will wait for a great recession to start. It's already too late. What will you wait? 15 years? I mean, start compounding now. The cost of omission is absolutely immense, actually. So why do-it-yourself education has a hidden cost? Time lost is compound lost. Yeah, very important data. And also the reason why people teach other people, right? Because now you may be wondering, okay, Chris, thank you for all your daily videos. This is great content. Let me read some books by myself, watch some free videos by myself, and then I'll start getting more conviction, knowing how to pick the great stocks. And okay, fair enough. Very good decision, very wise decision. How much time will it take? How much time will it take you for reading all the documents, watching all the videos you need, reading all the Substack articles? How will you decide if something is relevant or not? Because not everything, spoiler alert, not everything is important. Not everything is relevant to beat the market and generate. I mean, I've generated 25% per year because I just don't read at everything. How will you know if something is important or not? How will you know if something is relevant? Having this conviction, this knowledge, the skills will take you years to acquire. I've been investing for decades, for a decade, and studying the best investors of the world for more than a decade. So it took me many years. I've worked in this industry, met legendary investors to be at this position of generating strong alpha. If you are doing everything yourself, you already have a job, you mostly have children, you don't have the time to spend the time that I have spent in the markets. Because I'm telling you, I'm doing this all day long, all night long, every day. And I've been doing this for more than a decade. So the experience, you can't beat it. I can say this with strong conviction. You can't beat the time commitment that I have with the market. Well, I would say good luck. So you can do it yourself. It will cost you nothing. It will be completely free, but it will take you years. This is also the reason why I have created this coaching program. Instead of spending years, 5 years, and then after 5 years you say, okay, now I have the skills, I can give you 10 years of experience and knowledge in a couple of months, and you can start right away. People that take action are better off. They start sooner, they have a better performance, and the sooner you start, the sooner you can make mistakes, learn from the mistakes, great lessons, the sooner you can implement and have this virtuous cycle, the feedback loop. So the compounding you lose on waiting, the compounding effect is huge. So this is why I started this video with. You can lose, let's say, $75,000 per year, but every year, imagine the cost for 5 years. It's immense. 75K, and more. At the same time, inflation is eating up your savings and more. And I've seen some people waiting 8 years, 9 years, 10 years because they want to wait for the perfect moment. I mean, come on. It's a pity to see these kind of situations, to have these kind of calls actually, because of the great potential these persons could have if they only invested in themselves and just had the gut to start. Nobody is perfect in investing. Everybody will have mistakes. You can't have a 100% hit rate. Even Warren Buffett made some blunders, some mistakes in the past, and that's fine. If you can be right 60% of the time and you hit home runs, this is great. But do you know how to find these home runs? Do you know how to be right 60% of the time? Do you know how to minimize mistakes? And if you learn this by yourself, it will take you some years, and maybe you will never get the conviction to beat the market. So this is exactly the kind of clients I love to help, because it needs a little push from somebody else to just get started and compound and make 20% per year. The mindset shift is to start thinking in returns on investment, not only cost. And this is how the best investors and actually my best clients are thinking. Instead of just looking at the cost or time, is just how much can I get out of this investment? Similarly to stocks, right? You invest $100,000 in a stock. how much can I get in 5 years? If you can have 100,000, that's a return on investment of a double, 100%. In 5 years, that means you have 14% per year. Fair enough. You will outperform the market if you make 14% per year. Same thing for everything in life. You can think in terms of costs. Okay, it will cost you this amount. Or return on investment. How much will you pay? How much will you earn? How much will you pay? How much will you gain? So yeah, people that think like this go further in life, I believe. The best investors are always learning. As you have the quote from Charlie Munger, the best investors are learning machine. I want this audience to be learning machines so we can all improve. This is not a sum-zero game. Investing is not a sum-zero game. Zero-sum game, sorry. Investing is not a zero-sum game. Everybody can win. We can all win. We can all outperform the market. If we are a community of smart people, which we are on this channel, we can all outperform the market. It just needs a little push. Thinking and having action in the portfolio. Not sitting in cash for 10 years, dragging down the market, complaining. No. We are courageous people. We take action. We take responsibility for our mistakes, and we move on. and life goes by. And this is how you learn the most, I think. We are here in this planet for a limited time. We have to learn as fast as possible, compound as fast as possible, be here for the long term, know what we do, accumulate the knowledge, the skills, so we know exactly what we're doing, we outperform the market, and we can grow this wealth for decades and decades. So this was my message for this video. Please take action. If you like this content, I have an investing coaching program. In this program, you will learn a complete investing process. You will learn how to find good stock ideas, how to properly value stocks, when to buy, when to sell, so that you can build a strong portfolio with great companies. Additionally, in this coaching program, you will have access to my personalized guidance for long-term results. We will do weekly calls where we analyze stocks together, and you will have access to my private number available 24/7 for full support. If you have any questions, I'm here to help. Click the first link in the description below to get more information. You will get a short video that explains how everything works completely for free. No need for your mail address. Just click the first link in the description and I'll see you on the other side.